Welcome to Dirtbound Diaries. This is my first long form video, so I figured I'd give you a little intro about myself as well as my bike collection here. So, my name's Andrew. This is my channel. I'm not by any stretch of the imagination a YouTuber or any creative field at this point in time, so please hang in there with me. This could be a learning curve, learning editing stuff. This probably be a little rough on this one. So I'm from Western Pennsylvania. Obviously, I've posted some shorts. Not great weather in the winter here. Very gray, very brown. Hopefully, I don't live in Bentonville or North Carolina or anything, so winter content is gonna not be nearly as frequent as if I lived in those places. But I love riding everywhere. Hopefully on this channel, I'm able to get out, ride more. My biking journey, I wish I had some pictures of this, but my biking journey started growing up with my brother. We rode and jumped and did all that fun stuff. So my first bike, as we'll show you a picture here, was a Kona Stinky. It was somewhere around 2010. We beat up a lot of Walmart bikes before that, so trust me, I beat up this bike too. We did a lot of jumping around up and stuff. Needed something super durable, so this was my first bike, first real bike that, not a department store bike or anything. Loved it, absolutely beat it up, broke everything I could. But after that, in 2016, I lost my brother to brain cancer. That was just kind of our thing doing together, the jumping and stuff. So personally, not as much into the jumping, much rather just hit the local trails. So I sold the Kona Stinky, and we got this. This is a framed Minnesota fat bike. I bought it brand new in 2017, maybe 2018. Pretty much the polar opposite of downhill bike. I went from having all the suspension, all the plush in the world, to now it's a fully rigid. It does have this cool feature, or I'll show you. You can take the fat tires off and put skinnies on, which was a lot of fun for those times of year where it's not very nice here to get some road riding in. At some point, the real downside was it wasn't very fast. That thing could go over anything and everything, but it ain't gonna get you there quicker. And from the downhill background, I had that need for speed. So that point, it was during COVID. I was like, I started riding a lot. Everybody's home. The only thing we could do is go outside. So I traded that for this. Pardon the dust on not only the bike here, but we're in the middle of finishing the basement here, so pardon the lovely blue spacer. I don't know what they are, but back to the point. This is, I believe, a 2018 Trek Marlin. I call it a Marlin 9 now. It is a Trek Marlin 4 frame. I traded the fat bike for this bike during COVID. So the Trek Marlin 4 frame, I built this out. Did pretty much the only thing stock on this now is the frame. So it has a RockShox Solar Air 100mm front fork. We have a 1x11 drivetrain here. Box 2 drivetrain, the derailleur, cassette, and the shifter up top. This bike came as a 2x8, I believe. So these are new wheels. Nothing too much to know about that. They do mismatch because I'll show you a picture now of what happened to this front wheel. But I absolutely tacoed it going down a trail. Bent the crap out of it. So mismatch wheels, but other than that, we are rocking a dropper post here. Obviously this does not have internal routing, so everything's external. hydraulic disc front and back. You know, it's a full trail bike. Everything you need in a trail bike, you got in this bike now. So last fall, I was looking for a new challenge. Love riding bikes, love riding the Marlin. Stumbled across a local racing series. So I entered the Month of Mud last year and got humbled real quick. The first run was up at Moraine State Park. It was a very wet day, and I was not running lock-on grips on this bike at that point in time. I didn't really ride in the rain. If it was raining, you know, try again tomorrow, usually. But a race goes on, I paid to enter, I'm like, I'm gonna do it. So, first off, very little training, never rode these trails or anything before, so didn't really know what I was getting myself into here. But on, oh yeah, half a mile, maybe a mile in, you know, it's raining, everything's wet, the bike's wet, you know, water in places, you know, I never knew water could be on that bike. The real problem was, I was not running lock-on grips, and there was water getting under those grips. Those grips started sliding around. A few miles in, I'm going over the handlebars. I still got a hold of my grip, but you know, the grip was not attached to the bike anymore. So after that crash, I was probably about halfway into the race. I opted to go ahead and take the L on that one and not risk any injury or anything to finish that race. So I DNF'd that one. And at that point, not only was I not in good enough shape, but the bike, as great and fun as this trail bike is, this bike was not up for the task. That's where that bike's coming in. However, first, I ordered that one, did not come in yet. I already signed up for the one the next week. So we rode at Alameda, same series on the same bike. Not raining, very nice conditions. But again, didn't know the trails, nothing. Did not finish last, but finished damn close to it in my group. So I was very excited when this came in. This is my 2024 Norco Fluid A3. This is the bike you'll see featured on probably the vast majority of videos on this channel. Love this thing. Bought it brand new. Ran in the final race I did last year. It was a time trial at Ohio Pile, and I finished in the middle of the pack for my grouping. This bike was a huge reason why I was able to do this. We're looking at 140 front and rear on the RockShox Air on both sides. Nice rotors. We're running. Its stock it has SRAM SX. This will probably be one of the next videos of upgrading this. I've tinkered with this endlessly, and I've gotten, obviously I redid that whole bike. I have set up other people's bikes before. I cannot get that shifter to be dialed on the big gears. The little gears, that thing's very dialed in. Once you get up to the top of that chain ring, it's a real struggle. Internally routed everything. This bike, it feels so nice to me. I'm loving it. Probably one of the next videos you'll see is I actually have a new RockShox Pike to put on the front. It'll probably save me a couple pounds and make this bike just that much faster. So those are my current bikes. Obviously, you guys will now be along for the ride for any new bikes, new projects. Obviously, upgrades here in the Norco are going to be coming soon. We'll get some on-trail vlogs. We'll get some, you guys leave what you guys want to see in the comments below. Obviously, like and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one.